The legal beginning of Hoeschler Realty is 1950. That's when my father, Jake, started the real estate company.
My dad knew Jake Hoeschler, and Jake had been in the real estate business for a couple years. And I remember Dad saying, if Jake Hoeschler can make money doing this, I know I can too. So he started, and they were pretty big competitors from day one.
My father passed away in 1989. I had bought the company in 1986 from him.
I started in the early 80s. I was actually in sales for the first like 9 years. And at that point, there was, my dad his interest had shifted. The light went off about 1990. I need to let Dad move on to what he wants to do. His passion at that point became lobbying. And the way I wanted to do that was to get larger quickly. And so that's when I bought out my dad and merged with Jay kind of simultaneously. You know, our fathers having been big competitors, it made the top of the front page of the paper that these two companies were coming together.
So the Hatfield and McCoys.
Yes, it
coming
was
together.
Definitely.
It was professional competition. There was no family animosity.
Well.
No, there wasn't.
It's all good. It's all good.
When you look at the legacy of Gerrard-Hoeschler, Nancy, Gerrard, and Jay Hoeschler merging the company, I think people can see the commitment that both have done to the community over the years, being involved in a lot of programs, non-for-profit programs and other city organizations. And now with Doug, he's doing the same thing.
I don't know if I'd necessarily change the company. The brand and the history is important. That is one of the main reasons why I considered taking the leap of buying the company. The important thing for me, and I try to express this, is that at no point do we forget the history of where we came from. I'm very privileged to have an opportunity to buy a company that has such a strong base that was part of this community. I mean, whether building the downtown or developing plots of land and putting these housing divisions in, that is a rare opportunity that every day I get up and go, I'm very blessed that I had this opportunity. It's easy to get in, become a small business owner. I could come up with an idea and do that, but to take over a company that is so established, I mean, we're talking about 34 agents, a company that is 75 years, that has been an integral part of this community, and the history that goes with it. So we really are trying to make sure that we embrace the history and we don't forget it. When we sat down and talked about buying the company, the name stays the same and it will always stay the same. As long as I have the power to keep it that way, that's what it's going to be, because it means so much to this community.
Legacy is kind of a big word. I think it is a big responsibility to carry on the legacy. You know, Jay and Nancy, they really built what we're standing on today, and it takes us to take that torch to the next, 75 years, whatever that comes. So the way that we're positioning and pivoting now is a really great way, because we're not scared of change, and we have to change. Change is going to be irrelevant, but the way that you approach change and that you embrace change is what's really important.
There has been a lot of evolution, but there hasn't, because our core values are basically the same. I think, Jay and Nancy started this business because they really were concerned about being the best local real estate company they could be. And I just think that we're just carrying that torch forward. This is a family. This is a family to me, and I feel like everybody that works here, that's been here for any amount of time, feels like this is their second family.
Real estate isn't national, it's local. And so we have always held that belief, and it's not only a belief, it is just true. Real estate is local, and it's done by those people like ourselves in the community that they're every day.